Welcome back, Connect Fam. Your girl Stitches here, and with my amazing co-host, Miss Sandy Glant, right there. Hey, Sandy.
Hey, hey.
So, Sandy, we're super excited because we're going to be joined by. She is a writer. She is a speaker, CEO, and founder of business consulting firm, the Cheetah Group. Please help us welcome new to the Connect Fam, Miss Ashleigh Henry. Hi, Ashleigh.
Hi, how are you two?
We are
Amazing.
excited to have you, Ashleigh. We're just going to jump right into it. So, first and foremost, when did you come up with the inspiration for the Cheetah Company? Why the Cheetah Company?
Okay, have you seen the Cheetah Girls, either of you?
Oh, yeah.
It's that same heart and that same feeling. I became obsessed with cheetah print when I was a kid because of that movie, but also really obsessed with women feeling like that in the same room that I was in. Like, can I inspire that same girlhood and empowerment? And everyone has a seat at the table. And so the company was actually called by Ashleigh Henry under my name. And we decided to change into an entity, and we had been calling our people cheetahs. So we decided to call it the Cheetah Company.
I love it. Cheetah Company. I'll take it. I love it. I want it. So today is all about branding, Ashleigh, and we're excited to learn and hear from you because I hear you're going to bring the tips and bring the gems. So the services and products you provide at the company, can you share a little bit more about that?
Yes, we serve female entrepreneurs with consulting, coaching, and education. Our educational spaces focus around social media, selling on social media, selling in general, and branding and business really happens inside of consulting with more established brands. We've worked with folks starting up in consulting and also up to 20 plus years. So that is what we offer, and all of it's virtual, but we do meet our clients in person every once in a while.
Awesome. And I want to ask you, Ashleigh, if someone is watching the show and they're thinking to themselves, okay, what is branding? I want to ask you, what is branding to you? And how do we know if we have a brand?
If we have a brand, essentially your branding is your visuals, your design, but it's also the enthusiasm and the heart behind what you're trying to create. It's a movement. So even if someone isn't necessarily creating a movement by name, you're creating a movement because you're influencing with that design, those visuals, the information that you're putting out. If you can look at your content, your website, whatever you're bringing to the table, if you're a physical brand as well, so brick and mortar, if you can see that you inspire someone to take a little piece of what you do alongside them, i.e., us with the cheetahs, then you can see that you have influence and you can show that cohesion through a narrative.
Awesome.
And these days everybody wants luxury. So we want to know what is the standard for a luxury brand? And is it something like, where its beauty is in the eye of the beholder, or is there a way to measure it?
You can measure it. You can measure it. If you're a premium brand or a budget brand, we'll use the word budget. You'll have similar points to a luxury brand, and we can tell the difference. But ultimately, luxury is really focused in price, design, emotional anchors, like we're talking about, which is essentially meaning heritage. What is the story behind the brand? Quality, uniqueness, and experience. The thing about luxury brands that most folks don't spend enough time on, so you can tell that you're more of a budget brand, is the trust, perception, and overall image. A lot of folks will dismiss aesthetics, trying to get the business model out or get volume in. So distinguishing between the two, being able to measure that you are most likely a budget brand, you're focused on relevance in the market to get as much volume in as possible. You're not really focused on exclusivity or having an experience that other people will tell their network to have an enthusiastic response and say, like, you've got to get with this brand. It's amazing. We all have, like, I guess you could call them cult brands, where we're just like, we have to be with them. You have to go to their experience. You guys were talking about Walt Disney earlier. You have to go to those resorts now because it's an experience and you won't want to leave. Whereas a premium brand or a budget brand will focus more on affordability and accessibility and volume.
Can we start with the three tiers that your consulting firm actually offers within this space?
Yeah. Yeah. So we focus on business holistically and the lifestyle for the founder. So focusing on what we call holistic harmony instead of balance in the modern times. A lot of people are striving for balance and it's not really achievable. So we look at the whole business holistically and either focus on the core of marketing, sales, or leadership. And that's the three cores, or the three core focuses and intentions. And then the tiers are just consulting, coaching, and education.
Nice. And you mentioned this as far as premium. How do you really help CEOs and future CEOs really position themselves as that luxury brand? And part two of that, how do they decide if their premium budget brands are the best? Can you help? Yeah.
I like that. In terms of positioning, the biggest focus will be visuals and your messaging. So, per PandaDoc 2018, 85% of people were purchasing products based on video. We all know that video content is accelerated past that, especially after 2020 and such. So, our brains are able to process visuals about 60,000 times faster than we can anything else. So we focus on the visuals. Can someone tell without reading a single piece of copy what you do, the essence of you, your energy, who you are, just based on these images that you have? And can they also link up to the narrative that you're trying to create? In terms of luxury and budget, it really depends on who do you want to serve. You can't necessarily just like hike up your prices and become a luxury brand, which I think a lot of people try to do. Instead, you have to consider, what is the heritage and where am I trying to take this legacy brand? Because most luxury brands are legacy brands. They want to stay around for a really long time.
What are some brands or ways that brands can stand out in such a saturated market and at the same time take advantage of the moment and take advantage of that time?
So for the moment part, come early, stay late. Most people are like, I'm just gonna, do this 1 day or 2 day thing. And we all know as consumers, it's like it starts the first week of Thanksgiving week or even before that, and then it stays on. This year we saw folks starting in October with like pre-Black Friday sales. And so consider coming early, staying late, and then I pulled a case study. I was just in love with the Adventure Challenge. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. It's like a book. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I have one for my kids too.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I was thinking about purchasing it for my husband. We just celebrated 9 years of being together.
Oh,
And
congratulations.
we have date nights regularly, but I had heard about the book and was like, maybe I'll get that. It'll be cute. And there was this video that popped up on Instagram that was like showing this woman's experience of getting into a relationship and having this whole like campaign in this video, but this whole moment to date her person more. They fell in love, but then they kind of like fell out in the same way of just everything was kind of boring. You got to pay bills, you got to do the dishes kind of thing. And that influenced me to take a purchase. I'm a logical buyer and I take a little while to purchase, but that like pushed me over the emotional edge. And so I say all of that to say, can you create similarly to big brands, even if you don't have big brand money? Can you consider, can I put together a video campaign that shows this product, doing the promises that we promise inside of our messaging without necessarily just doing a persuasive push, which is what a lot of people try to do on Black Friday, is like, here's all these features, here's all these benefits, $500 off. And that's just it. And it's kind of like bland and boring. So if you want to stand out, consider creating a video and a moment someone can just drop themselves into.
Amazing. Well, Ashleigh, thank you so much for your time today. How can our audience connect with you, your products, and your services?
You can find us at the Cheetah Company on all platforms and thecheetahcompany.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Make sure you go check her out on all the platforms and stay tuned at Miami. When we come back, we have our favorite entertainment news contributor, London Knighton, in the building. Don't go anywhere.